Jeff, how you doing today?
We're good, man. We're good.
I know you guys are starting up classes for a lot of the kids yesterday, and we talked last week about people moving into campus, but just what's it been like as they've settled into a new routine as things are kind of changing here and it's not just fall camp?
I think I'm the worst one. You change anybody's routine. I walked out of the house and wife had my lunch left out for me and had some stuff for me to bring. I just walked right through it all. So you change anybody's routine up. It's a very great question. It's always just slightly something different. The only person that ever likes change is a baby getting his diaper changed. The rest of us, we don't like it. So we're getting used to it. New schedule, but the kids handled it well today.
Are the kids' classes all online, or are there some of them that are in person, and does that present any new challenges from a safety perspective?
Um, I haven't gone through every single one of our kids. I think most of them are online. I think some of them have the option to be in person. We're meeting with academics, I think today or maybe tomorrow, to go over all of our kids' schedules. And I know Colin and Lydia have been working hard with Coach Brown on that, so I need to get an update on that myself.
As you guys know at this point that your opener is September 12th, what day do you want to have the depth chart fully solidified? How do you stand with that at this moment?
We pretty much have it. It's just a matter of when we're going to release it, because we don't play till September 12th. And I don't see how it does any advantage just to put it out there. So we pretty much know right now. There's a few spots. Those twos and ones, there can't be much difference. And your threes either, for that matter, just because of COVID. You could be next man up pretty quick. So we're still working threes, which is different. Usually when you get pretty close to your game, you get it down to ones and twos. But we were up threes today again.
Are there any position battles that are particularly intense or still ongoing at this point?
Yeah, so there's a few. We made a few lineup changes today and got some kids' attention. So we hope that's going to make us a better team.
I don't know if you've seen this yet. Conference USA just put out their preseason all-conference team, and actually no UTSA guys made the list. I'm wondering if that's something that you'll talk about or use as motivation, or do you guys try not to look at that stuff? How do you sort of regard it?
It's a great question. I just walked off the field, so I wasn't aware of that.
Sure.
If I was a player, it would definitely motivate me that no one in the conference thought we had anybody on our squad worthy of being mentioned. So I have to ask the fellas how they feel about it. I would imagine it wouldn't make me feel real good if I was a player, and that's probably how they'll look at it as well.
Chase, you're up.
Hey, good morning, Coach. Scrimmage number 2 in the books. What steps forward did you notice from scrimmage number 1 to scrimmage number 2? What improvements do you think you guys made?
Well, we had Conference USA officials there, and I was pleased with our lack of pre-snap penalties. That's something we've really focused on, and that's something we were very high at last year that we've tried to really focus on being better at. We ran to the ball very well on defense. We were physical when we got there. We did take care of the ball offensively. Our special teams got better last week as well. And so we got better. We're nowhere near where we need to be, but we're a whole lot closer today than we were yesterday.
I think I saw you tweet that you guys had a talent show last week. Wanted to ask if you could share, if anybody impressed you in that and who might have won and what their talent was.
Yeah, the quarterbacks and led by Frank Harris, and the tight ends led by Leroy Watson. They tied. Our strength staff, our training staff with the judges, and they did a great job, both groups, of impersonating Coach Traylor. They definitely have me down to a science, which I'm sure you guys do too. By now, I'm a pretty simple creature.
Did Leroy play the piano to imitate you at all?
He didn't. He just straight. He was Coach Traylor, and the tight ends were our entire staff. They did a great job impersonating Coach Perry. and Coach Brown and Coach Nix. Now, I personally thought that DeMarco Gidry did a fantastic job imitating Coach Nix, and they did a great job. They had a lot of fun. It was a great way to break camp. We've got some talented characters on our football team.
Well, maybe we can orchestrate a media Zoom talent show, and we can all do our best.
I bet. I don't know who I'd bet my money on, but I bet some of you guys do really good.
Excellent. Thank you, Coach.
JJ, you're up.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for jumping on today. I'm real curious about your culture pillars and how how these guys have taken to them. And now that you guys have officially broken camp, you have win the day as your kind of game week motto. What does that mean?
Well, we have the same ones. They just repeat, and it starts. And I know y'all, with the pinky one, which is integrity. Then we go to passion with our ring finger, and then mental and physical toughness with our middle finger, and then selfless with our index finger. Perfect effort. And we wad the fist up. Pound the fist is one of them, and then win the day, which trust the process, then win the day. And win the day is literally just that. It's just to be your very best today. I just saw a tweet that Brendan Brady just put out. This car isn't cranking, and this is the kind of day it's going to be. I really just put on Twitter. I'm just like, no, we got a whole day left. Go win the rest of the day. We might maybe started out behind this morning, but the day's not over. Go win the day. So I believe strongly that coaching is highly overrated. That you've got to put one great day on top of one great day on top of one great day on top of one great day. And you look up and you will change your whole mindset, your body, your diet, your relationship, whatever that might be. If you could just keep stacking one great day. And that's our mindset. And Coach Brian Filo's done a great job with our guys instilling that. And that's what we're going to hold them accountable to.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, Greg.
Jeff, you told us a couple interviews ago that Tariq Woolen was having a great camp at cornerback. We just talked to him. So what sort of jumped out about his play when you think about what he's brought to the table for you guys?
Well, first his size and his speed. But the part that he had to get going was between his ears, and just paying attention to detail, technique, and not just relying on raw talent. He's really bought in to Coach Graham and Coach Nix. And he takes great pride. We just voted, for our top 10 toughest guys on the team. And he got a lot of votes. And we're going to release that pretty soon. We're not prepared to release it just yet. But I was very impressed with the respect his teammates have. Usually corners aren't thought of as some of your tougher guys. Tariq got a lot of votes.
He had obviously played receiver right up until the end of last season when he kind of made that move. So when you come in here, new coaching staff, do you think about playing him at receiver, or what made you want to leave him at DB? How was that process?
We felt good about our receiver room with some depth in there, and we needed a corner. That's what Tariq really wanted to do. So we just decided to leave him there. Obviously, we didn't get spring ball, and so it was hard for us to make too many decisions, Greg. And we're kind of just playing with the hand we're dealt, and that's we didn't get to do a lot of that shuffling because we didn't get spring. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just being very factual with the question, and I'm answering it. So he wanted to stay there, and we left him there, and we're glad we made that decision.
Hector, you're up.
Morning, Coach.
Hi, Hector.
I'm wondering if there's a different vibe around practice these days. And the reason I use vibe is it's really evident, Coach, with you that you guys are preparing for 12 games a season no matter what. Now that it seems like everything's falling into place, while maybe the way you've gone about it, your approach hasn't changed because that's where you were from the get-go, is there a different vibe as we lead up to a sense of normalcy regarding college football?
My guys have been pretty great about that the entire time. I've really been shocked at how good they've been. Our volunteer workouts this summer, they all showed up. They were really glad to be here. And they've been that way for us this entire time. It's hot out there. We've been practicing for a long time, and we're still a long ways away from playing. That's hard on young kids. You know what I mean? It's just, at least in high school football, you got 2 scrimmages to look forward to. When you're in college football, you got fall camp, then they push the season back to September 12th. That's more of what we're dealing with more than anything else. Their attention to detail and focus has always been pretty good. It's just we got to get ready to play. And that you got to start picking some 1s and some 2s and the leadership council. And there's just a lot of things. We're having to rip the Band-Aid off some stuff that you like to do in spring that you're not getting to do because now you're having to do it right now. So those are more of the things we're having to finagle through. It's just that, Hector, more than our guys have been fantastic about controlling the controllables. And we haven't had much of that talk. All this stuff that's going on around the country with all that, my guys have never been that way. They've been bought in since the day we've got here. And I don't want to give y'all any false sense of security that we're ready. We're nowhere near where we want to be, but we're a lot closer than we were.
Speaking of that, Coach, about still being a little ways away, is there any way to gauge how far away you are than say what a normal season or a normal off season leading up to a season would be? I don't know how you would kind of calculate that, or if it's even possible. But 2.5 weeks out from the opener, as opposed to 2.5 weeks out from last year, what would have been your opener last year and the year before that, et cetera, et cetera. Any way to kind of gauge where you are in kind of that process?
Well, it's just your common sense because you've been doing it a long time. We're so far behind on reps. It takes a lot of reps to get really good at something. And we're just still Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hour rule. When you don't get spring ball and you don't get summer with them really, think about the hours we're behind. The question is, Coach Spavital's been at Texas State for a year. So they've got that many more hours in on us already. They're going to have played a game against SMU before we play them. So can we make up that gap on the 10,000 hour rule? And that's what we've been stressing to our guys every day. And that's what makes the game so fun, Hector. If I knew, I'd sleep real well the next 2 weeks and 4 days. You don't know. So that's what makes everybody excited. That's what makes it fun. That's why everybody's going to be watching. When that game's over, one locker room's going to be very, very excited, and the other one's going to be crushed.